Good afternoon, YTPC. Thank you for coming today. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to make it. The traffic out on the road is kind of difficult today, but I was hoping that you would, so I kept your chair open to come and have a sit with me and smoke a pipe, and we'll spend some time together catching up. Little housekeeping. I'm smoking my Savinelli 320 Domiliti. This is the 6 millimeter filter model. I have a 9 millimeter that I like as well. And in it, I am smoking Lane Limited's 1Q. And I just got a box. I had ordered a bunch of tobacco about a week ago, and got a whole box in with a number of different things that I wanted to try. And was real happy to get this in. Got a lot of stuff in, but I did want to express a little bit of concern I had. Hang on just a second. And that is, when I got the box, I opened it up, and I want to show you what was in the top. Okay. Now, you experienced pipe smokers know this as brown Irish twist. And I know that I ordered it, but it was a while back and I forgot. And I don't know tobaccos enough yet to know what's in a flake, what's in a ribbon, what's in whatever. Okay. So I had forgotten about that. So when I opened the box up and I looked down at that, I thought somebody had sent me a box of poop, because that's what it looked like to me. And you know, and this is that Gawith and Hogarth blend or tobacco, and of course they come from the UK and all of that. So, I understand that, I'm experienced pipe smokers wouldn't have been fazed by that. But when I opened the box up, it looked like a box. It looked like a bag of poop, and I thought, I felt like that, probably most viewers would leave me after a while when they see how boring I am. But I didn't think that would happen after just one video, but again, I know that there are a lot of UK viewers on YouTube who watch the channels and everything. And certainly I don't want to tick anybody off, about this who might be somebody who would be a member of my channel. But that's just wrong. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's wrong to send something like that without the label, or at least putting it in the box where I can see the label. Now, I know that a lot of people in the UK are still ticked at us in the United States because we haven't given your colonies back yet. And so I understand that. But, that was just wrong. That was just wrong. And so, anyway, I don't like to, I don't want to offend anybody or anything, but that was just wrong. And of course, I'm kidding. All right, I'm kidding. I love the British, and I'm just kidding. I knew what it was, but it still to me looks like poop, or even like the small intestine of a very large dog. But I am looking forward to smoking it. If I can get over that mental image, I'm looking forward to smoking it at some point. And I got probably 12 different tins, something like that, of brands that I had heard about on channels here on the YTPC. And, in all honesty, the Gawith and Hogarth brands are very hard to get, as you all know. And the only reason I was able to get it was because I was put on the list and they were going to notify me when it came in. And they did, and I jumped on it quickly because I know how fast it goes. And so this will be the first time I've been able to smoke like the brown Irish twist, the black twist. Interdale Flake is another one I was able to get, which I've never been able to get. And I hear people on the YTPC talking about it and how delicious it is and all of this. And every time I go online and try to get it, it's out of stock. So I'm really happy. But I got some more that are readily available in the States. Not usually a problem. But I'm really glad to get the Gawith and Hogarth blend. So I'm looking forward to that. But today I am smoking the Lane Limited 1Q, which is not too bad. I've seen it several times. It doesn't seem to be something that's out of stock too much. So, how are things with you? Hope everybody, the family, is healthy. It's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. We've got a mild week for a change. We've been having a lot of rain and a lot of hot weather. My backyard, the yard is getting large and tall enough. The grass, well, I don't really have grass; it's more weeds. But anyway, whatever's out there is getting tall enough that if I don't cut it pretty soon, I'm going to be able to film a Tarzan movie back there. So I need to do something pretty quick. Otherwise, all I'm going to need is a monkey and a loincloth, and I'm going to be in business. So I hope I'll get out there. But I hope that everybody is well at your house. And again, I appreciate you folks coming. And I don't know why I'm having the light this so often. Probably because I'm talking. But I wanted to, after starting you off with a little bit of my, weird humor, to say something about the great deal of appreciation I have for those of you who have come and visited, who have left your comments, to people who have given me shout outs on their channels. I knew the YTPC community was supportive. I knew that. But I did not imagine that I would get as much love as I've gotten. And I'm just so grateful. I really am that you guys have supported me, and ladies have supported me the way that you have. And it's really given me the incentive to keep making these videos until the subscribers tend to start dropping off. But I'm looking forward to it. And thank you, all of you who not just joined, but commented, gave me so much support. And I know 2 or 3 of you made the comment that, you were thinking about being a presenter yourself. And I join those who are experienced YTPC people and say, please do it. Please do it. Please be a presenter. If I can do it, if I can do it in the sense of doing it, now I'm not doing it well, I know, but at least doing it, then I'm sure that you could as well. And we really, I was talking to Parsimonious Piper just last night, and we need this new blood. We need to keep the YTPC fresh. We need to keep people. It's such a wide range, and Parsimonious Piper and I were talking about that. The tremendous range that you have in, just experience, age, all sorts of things that just make this such a wonderful organization. And we all need to sort of keep it fresh. And the way I think we do that is to, step over that line and present, step up to the plate. And if you're worried about the quality of your videos, just watch one of mine and you'll see how very low the bar is. So you have nothing to worry about. And speaking of Parsimonious Piper, I want to thank him as well. We spent a long time last night talking, and probably got him divorced because his wife was wanting him to come in and have supper, and I kept running my mouth, and he was having trouble getting in. But he gave me just a lot of advice, and talked to me about pipes and tobaccos and experiences, and things that I had questions about. I got to ask him about, and he was just very generous with his time and his insight, and so I really appreciate Parsimonious doing that for me last night. So I'm looking forward to smoking my tobaccos that I got in, and probably going to be the last time for a while that I buy any, because it's the thing about me is when I go into something for the first time, I really dive. I don't mess around, and so I've spent way more on pipes and tobaccos the last couple of months since I started really getting into this than I should have, and so I'm going to have to calm down for a while. But I think I've got enough tobaccos to keep me in business for a while, and I've got a rotation of pipes now, and so I think I'm in pretty good shape. So again, I hope that everything is well your way. I love these 320s. Onion loves them, and that's his pipe, and it's certainly become mine. I love the 320s. And what I love about my particular taste in them is that I like the ones that are natural. I tend to go away from the rusticated ones, and the reason for that is that I love wood. I love the look of wood. I love the feel of wood. And the rusticated pipes, I can't see the grain. And I really love the look of wood. And the grain, how much, bird's eye is there in it? What is the grain like? Is it straight? That sort of thing. I love looking at it. And even though it looks like I'm clenching, I'm really not. Because the way my jaw and teeth are, I have sort of the jaw structure and mouth of a wildebeest. So what I'm able to do is I don't really clench it. I more hang it. If I put this particular type of lip that Savinelli makes in my mouth the right way, it sort of hangs on the top of my top teeth there, and so I'm able to hold it without really clenching, because I don't like to make clench marks in my pipe. So I'm just strange in a lot of ways, but I know a lot of you love the rusticated, and I think they're pretty. I really do. But if I'm going to buy one, then I tend to go for the natural wood look. But I have tried different ones. I have a couple of billiards, and I've even ordered a church warden. Most of the time, when I get pipes, I get them off of eBay, and they're used. I don't have the money to buy new pipes. I bought a couple of new ones, but I usually don't have the money for that. So I'm trying different ones. I want to get one like Matches used to smoke, the 673, I think was what he used. I'm going to try that at some point. But I don't think I'm ever going to get one that I like any better than the 320. And one thing, if you are a presenter, that I'm having to learn, and you can see that I'm not doing it very well, is that when you're talking like I'm doing, it's really easy for your pipe to go out. And so that's something else you'll have to learn. I'm having to learn. I haven't done it yet. As far as keeping the pipe lit while you're trying to talk. That's why I'm hesitating here. One of the things that I've and I was talking with Parsimonius about this last night, is that there's a lot of different ways to pack your pipe, and I've tried different ones. And what I did for most of the time was the 2-pinch method, which you start at the bottom and you pack it a little bit tighter as you get to the top, with 2 pinches, something like that. And that's what I did for the first 4 or 5 months. But then I was looking on YouTube, and I came across something called the Frank method. And I tried that, and that for me, now, as I said in the first video, I am new to pipe smoking. I'm not going to give anybody any advice. I'm going to tell you what works for me. And then I would appreciate if some of you more experienced pipe smokers would please let me know if I'm screwing it up, which is going to happen often, to tell me. But I'm just going to let you know what I'm currently screwing up at the time. But the Frank method is, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, is where you get the loose tobacco and you put it in the bowl, and then you tap the side of the bowl and you let the tobacco settle down into the bowl of the pipe. And you do that until it gets as high as you want to do it. Now, some people, this is another thing. Some people like to fill it to the top, which is what I do. Others don't. But anyway, you tap it until you pretty much got it to the top. And then you put a bigger plug of the tobacco in there. And then you take your thumbs like this, and you pat it, you rotate your pipe, and what you're doing is you're pushing down with your thumb until you get it packed down. And so it works really well if you're not trying to do a video, but I really have found that worked better for me, is that. So I would go to one of your experienced pipe YTP seers that are around and get their advice. They may tell you that that's not the best way. There are a lot of different ways out there. It's like breaking in a pipe. Everybody's got a different opinion, but I was having problems with it being too tight and the light going out. And I think the Frank method, what it does for me anyway, it keeps me from having it too tight at the bottom. It's fairly loose until you get to that top char light, and then it's more firm, but it tends to work pretty well for me. This is really good. This is the first time I've had this this lane. I don't know if it's IQ or 1Q. Maybe, I'm not sure which. But anyway, it's pretty good. It says on the bag that it's an aromatic. It's the only way I would know. But it says it is. And I like this. I like it pretty good. Would offer you some coffee, but I think I just emptied the pot. I've got my 8 o'clock coffee that I told you last time as part of my arsenal when it comes to pipe smoking. So I've got that ready to go, and I drink it delicately. I'm not going to mention the person's name. They know who they are. But there's one of the presenters who drinks out of a thermos a lot of the time. And during one of the videos, this presenter took his thermos and took it up. And, a few years back, I visited the Hoover Dam. And I was there when they opened up one of the valves. And for the world, that's what it sounded like when he did that. When he emptied that water into his mouth. It sounded like one of the valves on the Hoover Dam opening. I've never heard anything like it in my life. And it even kind of reminded me of those movies where you're standing in this little town in this valley, mountains on either side, and the dam breaks and the water rushes through the valley and, takes you away, that sort of thing. And that's kind of what it reminded me of. So I try to drink, I don't know that I call myself a gentleman. That's really Dale Piper's territory, but that's where my 8 o'clock is most of the time. So you gotta have your arsenal. But I don't know. That was it's kind of a running joke between us, that business about the thermos. Got some deer out here in the yard. Seem to have a lot more does than I do bucks. But I don't know. I guess the does don't get shot at as much, so they're more plentiful out here. But I've got my bird feeders and everything. So it's a great place to sit with you in the afternoon. And thank you for coming by. I've got one of those apparatus that you set your iPhone on. It's supposed to be coming because it took. I'm surprised this whole thing is not collapsed, because you wouldn't believe the jigger rigging I've got going on to get this phone at where it is now. It's real. I'm afraid to breathe too hard that the whole house of cards is going to come down. But I've got a one that Onion uses. I think that I can hopefully get it where it's a little bit better, and hopefully raise my production value a little bit, so you're not looking at something that's too minor leaguish anyway. I tend to be, another thing I've learned is that pipes talk to you. And this is where you're probably going to click off when I start talking about pipes talking to me, but it's not what you think. In that if I smoke too quickly, my pipe gets hot. And it's like the pipe is telling me, okay, David, you need to slow down. And so it's helped me because I tend to smoke too quickly. And so it'll normally tell me. Now these Savinellis are thick. The 320 model is usually has a fairly thick bowl, and the ones that take the 9mm filters are even fatter. It's the term for it, but it'll get hot. You know, if I freight train it like I have a tendency sometimes to do. So it's not talking to me yet, but the way I'm smoking, I can imagine if I keep on like this, it will. And I'm not going to do that because I see that I've been rolling on here for 21 minutes. And one thing I don't want to do is for my videos to be long. I don't, you know, you're not going to want to sit. I'm not that interesting. So these first two are longer than the ones they're going to be once I get my rhythm, hopefully. So I'm going to cut it off from here. But I want to thank you for coming by. I'm going to cut my video off, but you're welcome to stay in spirit for as long as you want. I'm going to sit out here for, I don't know how long. So I'll sit out here until you're gone in spirit. Again, thank you so much to everybody at YTPC who has subscribed, who has helped me with helping, you know, talking to others about subscribing, you know, shouts out on your channels and everything. You guys and gals are really paying it forward, and I'm not going to forget that. I'm really not. It's just a great community, and you folks who are on the line about being a presenter, join us, give it a shot. Like I said, if I can do it, you know, there's no reason you can't. You can do it. So my best to you and your family. Have a blessed day, and thanks for the company. And I'll see you soon.